So I had a very crazy summer vacation. Usually summer is the time of year where everyone is like, yes, no school, or, well, you have to work, but it's mostly, time off school. And it's one of the best parts ever because no school, no responsibilities other than chores. And if you're lucky enough, you can have parents that take you places, which I have four sides of family. So this is going to be a mega vacation. I'm pretty sure you probably won't believe me, but it existed. This happened. So let's go. The day before I went to Ohio, yes, that place. I just got off social media entirely, YouTube and Discord and everything else. I'm like, alright, you're 18 years old, you can do this, it's just Ohio. Okay, I wasn't afraid of Ohio, but I know that traveling does make me very excited, but nervous, like a first day of school. And anyway, I got everything packed and stuff, and pretty much that's it. I went to sleep, and I told everyone online, I'll see you guys later, for a few months. So yeah, I lay down, I slept, waiting for the next day. The next day, packed my bags and went to the car to see my dad. I lived with my mom and stepdad. Over there I lived with my dad and stepmom on vacations. So yeah, it wasn't really a whole trip really. It was just me in the car looking at the countryside. Road trips are kind of boring sometimes. Yeah, I don't like living in the country, not one bit. Like, everything is spread out, there's no city nearby. I mean, there is a town, but it's like, how many minutes on foot? Like, maybe an hour or two on foot from there. So yeah, I hate where everything is just spread out and stuff. We eventually arrived at Cabela's, which is where I met my dad and my other siblings and my stepmom, and went on another road trip to their home. We stopped at CVS nearby and I got some vitamin water. Super good. And combos. If you guys haven't tried combos, try them. They're really good and they're only 140 calories, so I think that could hold you over. So yeah, pretty healthy, I think so. So I finally got to my place. I got a bunk bed where the Yoda cave is. Like, my guest room is just, it's all Star Wars themed. I don't really like Star Wars, but everyone else in my family does, at least in my dad's side. So yeah, I definitely get it. And it's full of military stuff, Marvel stuff, just, classic dad stuff. We had pizza that night, and after hanging out with my step-siblings, I laid down to rest for the next day, which takes place in the lake house. The lake house is a giant place that my grandparents owned, but it's really nice. So we got ready to go there, and it probably takes like 45 minutes. Yeah, I think it takes 45 minutes to get there. And I've been there before. In fact, I spent 5 nights in there, so I definitely know what's going on. And it's a really huge place. So many guest rooms, a freaking basement, 3 bathrooms, oh my gosh, a kid's room, and just everything else in between. Fun fact, when I was there for the first time, they were starting to build the kids' room, and by the time they were finished, I was like 14, so I literally just spent a year there. I only had a year there, and then I decided to go to the guest room every time I stayed there, because it would be embarrassing if you saw a 15-year-old watching Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked while just being in a place that looks like a nursery. Anyway, the place is huge. It was fun reuniting with my other family, mostly my stepmom's side, and they were really proud of me because by then I was just starting to go to college and it was the summer. Yeah, it was really crazy seeing how my cousins grew up too. My other cousin, what name should I call with him? Henry? Yeah, I'm using fake names. Henry is 16 years old, has a job, and I think he's also played sports. And, the other one, what's a good boy, or Alex? Yeah, Alex. That's a good, right, gender neutral name. Goes by they, them pronouns, so, yeah, big change there. And going to 8th grade, going to high school soon. It's crazy. No, she's going, oh my gosh. No, times like these make me feel very old. When I went to the lake house and see how much cousins I have, I just realized something. I'm getting old. I mean, I'm 18 and so I guess it makes sense. It was really fun catching up with my old family and stuff. Even though it has been a few hours. We had a big lunch together and stuff, and it was really fun seeing my family again on my stepmom's side. I'm just glad they're really proud of me. This isn't the last time I'm going to see my grandparents from my stepmom's side. Just my second to last in this video. I got a haircut after that, and keep in mind, I hate haircuts. I like my hair long, but not too long, you know, so I'm not a girl. But I don't like when my hair is too short. I like where my hair is right now, actually. It doesn't cover my eyes. I mean, it's just about to, but it's not. And I look more attractive. But yeah, I had a haircut, just... I think that's probably the last time that's the last time I had a haircut. And went home. I think I watched The Bad Guys with my siblings. Good movie so far. Actually, I watched the full thing, so yeah, good movie. And went to bed. And tomorrow is the day of reckoning. So my dad used to fight in the army. I think it was mainly the 2010s and 2000s. Because of me. He fought in the army because of me. Actually, a lot of my family did stuff because of me. Like my grandpa from my dad's side. He stopped drinking. Hey, it's a big step. So yeah, he would act like a drill sergeant while we did chores, and to be honest, I thought this was a good change of pace. Mostly because he has this thing called the standard. And if you don't get things done to the standard, you'll have to do it again. I know the punishment isn't that big, but if you do all this big stuff and you don't follow the standard, it's annoying, figuring out your error and stuff. Keep in mind my siblings, well, my step-siblings, are 10 years old. What the heck? So, I wish I kind of had this because it was kind of a change of pace in chores. So I liked it. After that, I think my siblings and me watched Bob's Burgers and stuff. Yeah, it was a normal day after that. But this was actually the day before we went to Texas. So when my stepmom got home, we got snacks from the dollar store. Yep. Look, we're budgeting, alright? So I definitely get it. When we got home, I got myself some good hot chips and stuff. And I think Sour Patch Watermelon Kids. You know those, right? We actually had to take our dog, which is named Willow, and she's not used to me, so every time I go to her room or she hears my presence, she will just bark crazily, and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry for existing. I mean, I'm just glad that, they won't throw me out because Willow barks a lot, barks loud. But yeah, we took Willow to, I think, my great aunt, and yeah, we talked, and she realized how mature I've gotten, and well, everyone actually figured out how mature I've gotten over these years. Everyone's really proud of me for going to college and stuff. So nowadays when people say, I'm proud of you, it said, how about I make you prouder now? Because the thing is, everyone is proud of me, and I'm glad. And now, we're going to Texas, mother effers. Yeah. The day after that, we took a plane. And, it was nice. It was a nice experience. My siblings weren't annoying at all. Or anyone. And it was a nice cruise to Houston. Or was it Dallas? I think we went to Houston. We finally got to Houston and my gosh, it looked really nice. Now I don't know if this is, well, different, but keep in mind we went from Ohio to Texas. And if you go from north of the US to the south of the US, it feels like a total different country. Like it feels like it went from Canada to Mexico. But you know. Anyway, I looked back and saw that the plane that's going to next is LA. I'm like, I should have stayed on the plane. I could have started my dream right here, right now, already. But I didn't at all. So we rushed to our next plane, and then, actually no we didn't. No we didn't, oh no. Man, my memory's all scrambled up. Oh wait, we didn't. Actually, we just took a rental car and then drove all the way to McAllen. And my gosh, I didn't remember the heat being this hot. I mean, I knew it was hot. I mean, I was born in Texas, but I didn't know it was this hot. So yeah, we finally took our rental car and it took us a long time and drove to McAllen. We had some Whataburger from there, and let me just say that Whataburger, better than Burger King, better than McDonald's, better than Mr. Beast Burger. I don't care if they give you a free burger or money, better than any of those. I just love it, alright? Also, there's this running gag where while I was 5 years old, I ordered chocolate milk from there, and I threw up on my aunt. So now everyone's like, oh, don't order chocolate milk cake, or you will throw up on someone. So I just got lemonade, which the lemonade in there is just watered down lemonade, but I don't care. It's lemonade. Lemonade's lemonade to me. After all that, we got to a gas station and got some gallons of water. I didn't have my water bottle because, you know when we had to go to the airport? Well, the cool thing is, since my dad is partially disabled, we got him a wheelchair, we just cut most of the line. However, I had my water bottle that was filled a bit out with water, and I had to throw away. The good news is, I actually got a better one that I still use today, so, yeah. I didn't have it now though. We just got a gallon of water, and I just got a little cup full of it, because it's hot in Texas. Yeah. It was about nighttime, I think it was like 10 o'clock, and we were like a few like 30 to 20 minutes away from our destination, the hotel. And I just realized that everyone was kind of getting a bit, how can I put this, homesick. Even though we just got out of the house literally today. Like, it's still the same day as we went to that plane, drove away, it's just... a lot happens in a day in a road trip, that's for sure. And this is already happening in the span of 3 days. After taking a nice piss, and there's one thing about Texas gas stations. They never shut up about how good their breakfast burritos are. Look, it's next to Mexico, and Texas is pretty Hispanic, because I was born there, and both of my parents are Hispanic. I'm Mexican. So I get it, but why shove it in my face? Be real. We finally got to the hotel, which is actually in front of the hospital I was born at. Not kidding. Though, when my dad saw this place, he's like, wow, this was nothing when I was born. But now, 18 years later, it has an Olive Garden, a Heb, which is a grocery store in Texas, and a few hotels here. Well, the cool thing about this hotel is that not only that it has a pool outside, you know, ready to present itself, it also has a basketball court, which is cool, and 2 cats lying around, or 3. I know. The thing that kind of makes me question is, why are these cats still alive and how? There's not a lot of water for them. And the thing that I don't get is that they're covered in fur. Aren't they like super hot? I mean, I should know because it's still nighttime and I'm still hot. We finally got rested that night. We had to make some arrangements though, which made me very annoyed. I'm pretty sure everyone was annoyed. But we got some arrangements. The cool thing about this is that it was a 2-room apartment place with a fridge and stuff and a nice TV with Netflix and a bunch of other stuff. The thing that kind of made me mad was that there was a bathroom next to the master bedroom that was in the second room, and I had to go through the door to use the bathroom. The good thing is, my parents are chill, my other ones, so that's good. I'm pretty sure the other ones would be chill if I did that too, so yeah. Alright, I woke up and took my pill. We were finally going to get some breakfast, which I got a breakfast sandwich and I think a banana. The breakfast bar was pretty loaded, and I like how my siblings were teasing me, like, here, look, chocolate milk, don't drink it. Oh, it never gets old. These are actually one of the most, I don't know why. Usually I get annoyed when people tease me about stuff that I did before I developed a conscience, but, you know, this was actually kind of hilariously funny because I wasn't really the one that was embarrassed. It was my aunt that I threw up on that was embarrassed, so yeah. Had a nice breakfast, and we went to the grocery store to get a few things. Mostly cereal and stuff. Well, actually, we didn't even get breakfast stuff, did we? No. We usually got like snacks for the week, like yogurt bites, Manzana Sol, which is actually probably one of the best sodas out there. It's just apple soda, but it tastes really good. And a bunch of other things. It was Texas. By the way, the grocery store was literally a walk away from it. Like, it takes 1 minute from foot because you could see it from the hotel. And yeah, when we finally got there, I just realized something. On the way walk, yeah, it was pretty hot. It was so hot that when I got outside, my glasses got foggy. Same with my stepmom's. So yeah, pain for both of us. We finally got inside, got ready, and now, time to meet the family. When we arrived there, my family kind of told me that you should go in first, like, surprise them by me just being there by myself. Whew, I was super nervous. One house, family members that some I haven't even seen for like ever since I was born. I've seen actually a few of them a year ago to this point, but most of these people I have never seen and like, I don't know, since I was like, what, 10 years old? So yeah, 8 years away from these guys. I was nervous, so I started to knock, and wow, they were super excited to see me. My grandparents were there, my aunts and uncles were there, my cousins were there. Everyone was there, especially my aunt who looks like SS Sniper Wolf, and yes, it's the one that I threw up on, with his new boyfriend that looks like Yav Landu for the Living Tombstone. I'm not making fun of them, it's just, it looks weird when I'm exposed with, when I'm exposed to SS Sniper Wolf and Yav Landu, and they just look like them. I thought I was living in a parallel universe. Anyway, it was super weird. We talked a lot, and it was really fun catching up with my other people and stuff. Catching up with family is amazing. But then something big happened. So, people already know what I look like from my last video. But the thing is, he came in. My uncle, well, I should give him a name, Gage 2. Yeah, well, I should say Gage 1 because he's older than me. But when I saw him, he looked like an older version of me. No freaking kidding. It was like looking into a mirror, except I was looking at a time bomb that went to the future. It was crazy. I'm like, wow, he does look like me. The black hair, the glasses, the neck beard, he does look like me. I was shocked. I didn't have words at all. So after about like 2 hours of catching up and drinking soda, yes, it's a Mexican stereotype that we drink soda. Mostly because there's a Mexican stereotype of us working in fields. Even though we don't do that anymore. We just drink the soda now. In the morning. For breakfast. Which, yeah, it was a pretty good place. It was fun catching up, but me and my dad finally set foot, and actually got paid. Oh, I just realized something. Yeah, my stepmom actually took the car and the kids, and my dad can't drive because his kidneys and stuff and everything. So we got our uncle to do it for us. You know, it was really nice. We met more family members with dogs, and finally set out to the hotel. They're planning on doing karaoke tonight, and yeah, it was, you know, it's fun cruising around McKellen when it's actually, you know, not dark. Though something was off. A few things actually looked pretty shitty, but a few things also looked pretty clean. I did look at some graffiti on the highways, and I saw someone drew a penis on it, and I was like, what? This is Texas. In this city, wherever the state is, you gotta be tough or be stuffed in a locker. So I was relaxing in the hotel while we got there. After we got there, I found my swim trunks, and I thought I left it at my second home in Ohio. Down in Ohio, swag like Ohio. Sorry. And a few hours later, after relaxing, we went to this giant mall that my dad went to as a child. And oh my gosh, it was huge. Of course, I had a Hot Topic. I mean, why wouldn't it have? But it was super huge. Lego store, a skater shop, food court with arcade and stuff. It was massive. It was bigger than that. Well, maybe not as big, but I think very close to being bigger than the outlet mall in Detroit and stuff. I think this is probably one of the biggest malls I've seen before. I think this is also the mall that I remembered seeing when I was 5 years old, but I'm not really sure. But it was crazy. Think of how big stuff were, and just, yeah. My dad said, and of course he reminisced that, yeah, back then it wasn't as big as I was. Well, yeah, no kidding, it wasn't as big as, you know, when you were a kid. Because, my gosh, from what, like, looking at his face, I could tell that he noticed that this place was bigger than he thought, and, you know, I agreed, it's pretty huge. Especially since everywhere is just so crowded. Good thing this wasn't 2020, it was 2022. And I loved everything about it. Yeah. My dad told me that I should probably like get something, but I wasn't in the mood for getting souvenirs right now, especially since it was only our first day. But I really like it. So, the thing about me and my dad is that every time I walk and I'm just a little too slow because someone is in the way, it would almost bump into me. Yeah. That wasn't really a complaint, that was more like a minor, yeah, okay, it was a complaint. But other than that, it was fun, you know, experiencing this giant mall and stuff. I also got a little stone here, this little geode thing, for this, well, wherever this is, I think it's a geode. But, after all that, we're going to this place to do some karaoke with the family. So we finally got to the bar, and when I got there, I was confused of where to sit or where to go or anything, and it was pretty air conditioned, so I can't complain. And there's these guys that just asked me like where I was and how I don't belong there, but they were obviously kidding, and they were actually my family members, so that actually made sense. We got some chili dogs for dinner from there, and yeah, pretty good. Though our reservation, or how can, man, I wish I took more English classes. Our reservation, whatever, was actually was the place next to the bar, and it looked really cool. It had a little stage and lots of tables and stuff, and yeah, this was the place that we were supposed to be, other than the bar. Though it had no air conditioning and it was super hot, while the bar actually had some air conditioning, and that's also where the karaoke was, and yeah. This obviously upset my dad. Why did I say obvious? No, none of you guys know how my dad is. Anyway, this made my dad pretty angry. Mostly because this is a bar, and karaoke's right there, and we're all hot as heck. Well, while he's slightly pissed off, I was just talking with my aunt's new boyfriend, and yeah, me and him definitely got along. He is super cool. Anyway, my grandpa actually gave me a job to watch, the kids not get to the bar, and gave me $20. Yep, that's right, $20 frickin' dollars. Oh man, it was fun just being like, yeah, I got $20 doing this. By the way, all I did was nothing. I literally sat there for like a minute, I think. Then my dad snapped, and we just left the place. It was pretty awkward. And all because we went to a room with no air conditioning or karaoke, and there was a bar next to us. So yeah, my dad got upset because our venue was at a bar. I mean, I can see why it's upset, but I've been to a lot of bars when I was little, and nothing happened really. I was always with my family. It was still fun, meeting the others though. That was fun. Good thing my stepmom calmed him down, because he got a bit aggressive. I thought he was gonna take that anger out on us. Though I should have known better, because he's actually a pretty good father. Well, back then he was kind of a mid-father, but now he's actually pretty good. He's cool with us. Though he does have anger issues like me, which actually makes more than enough sense. Yikes. So while that night turned to the worse, I was just silent for most of the time. It ended up with us going to the pool, though I didn't feel like swimming, so I just played Cuphead of the DLC while my sister was swimming, and I think my brother was also playing the Switch. And my stepmom and dad were just relaxing on the long chairs. So yeah, it was a C tier night, I guess. But yeah, there's nothing more relaxing than the Texas heat at night, because it's actually pretty relaxing then. So yeah. So after a long day of that, I slept, and it was a huge day because I just went out. Ding ding ding. Next day I took my pill, had some breakfast, and there was actually breakfast burritos. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, I got some and they were super good. I actually snuck one out. I don't think it's against the rules to bring breakfast foods to hotels, but I wanted to say that it was probably against the rules, but it's not. But I wanted to feel like a badass, so I snuck a burrito. What's wrong with me? After doing that, we went to this big Target, and I don't know if it's because of where I live, but this Target across from my hotel room, next to the hospital I was born in, was really massive. I had no words. Like, it was as big as a Meijer or a Walmart, if you know these places, or any big grocery shop. It was that huge. And I see Target as of less of a grocery store, but more of a bigger than your average gas station convenience store. Like, they sold electronics and stuff. It's more like, I see Target as more of a store, but this place was massive. I think it had its own bigger grocery selection, so yeah, it was pretty cool. We got some Starbucks, and well, I didn't even get any coffee. I just got myself a refresher. I think it's called that, right? Yeah. Anyway, as we got out of the place, I saw someone with a Demon Slayer car. I wasn't kidding. It was black, and it had Tanjiro and Nezuko on it. Oh man, this was crazy. I'm like, dang, this is Texas, and we have weebs down here? Hell yeah! So yeah, one thing to know about Texas. We have big ass balls, big ass targets, and big ass weaves. Checked. Huh. I mean, it was crazy just seeing a Demon Slayer car here, so yeah. Well, before you go into Texas, just remember, we have big targets, big malls, and big weebs. We actually went back to the big Texas mall again from yesterday, and we went to the Lego shop. And the cool thing about it is that we get to build our own Lego minifigures using, the spare parts in here, which they have a lot. And there was 3 slots. One for me and my 2 siblings that are twins. And I built something crazy. I built a minifigure that looked exactly like my uncle that I haven't seen since I was an infant. I wasn't kidding. My dad said the Lego looked exactly like him, especially with the acoustic guitar, which I did not know that. Apparently a lot of my family members like playing acoustic guitar. I have an acoustic guitar. So this was crazy. I predicted my dad's brother. Huh. Wow. Anyway, we stumbled around a bit. Me and my dad had this great father-son talk and stuff. Similar to how me and my stepmom had a walk that day. By the way, that day was where me and my stepmom talked. And we went on the playground. What was that day? I think that was the day of my arrival to Ohio. Which me and my stepmom had a talk and stuff, and we played on the playground, and I felt like a child. But this time it was just me and my dad, and he told me a secret, so I'm not gonna, of course I'm not gonna say it on the internet, of course. Like, what the heck, but he tells me that, I kind of told him that I felt like I was always disappointing him. But then his eyes widened and said, "Look, son, you've done more than made me proud. I mean, you're going to college and stuff, and it's amazing how far you came, son. I want you to know that everyone is proud of you." And, that made me feel very confident in myself. I know my dad can be a little bit tough around the edges, but I know he means well. This was a really inspiring moment. And that, he wants me to, push myself to be even more better than I was. I mean, I myself was already, being successful, going to college and stuff. And, yeah, he said that I should feel proud of myself. He's told me that I've done a bunch of things that he hasn't done before. And I said, well, you did, you were in the army and stuff, but he said, yeah, but you've done more and took an extra spin to it, and I cannot deny that. I've always taken a spin to everything I do. I have pride of, every single thing I've done. So my dad is so amazing. So yeah, after all this, we went to a smaller Texas mall, which was more like how can I put this? It was an indoor mall. It was mainly a restaurant, but it had like smaller shops and stuff. We actually met our grandparents there, so that was cool. Though there's this one shop that took me off guard. It was like some essential oil shop, and it smelled, psychedelic in a way. 60s way and stuff. Anyway, the store had a weird gimmick. We had to find gnomes. So we did, and that's where we found our grandparents. Also, keep in mind, these gnomes were hard to find. The good thing about my size and height is that I can find gnomes like, oh, there's a tall one right there, and there and stuff. And, that gives my siblings time to, find the gnomes at the bottom. I think it took us like 20 minutes to do all this, and I'm surprised that the owner had patience for this. Anyway, after all that, my gosh, I can't believe I keep saying that. We went to a Mexican restaurant. And Mexican restaurant, really good, delicious. I mean, we ate at the big mall, but so, I just got myself something small. I think I got myself a small taco. Delicious. I also got this nut cake, which I promised my stepmom, she's allergic to nuts. Now I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll keep it to it safe. Like, keep it to it safe. What? Basically, I'll just, keep it to myself and stuff, so she's safe. If someone has a nut allergy, peanut or pecan pie or whatever is like a poison cake to them. Because, they're allergic and stuff. Good thing is, I'm not really allergic to anything. I don't have any nut allergies. However, God gave me a nice backstab and makes me hate every nuts except peanuts and cashews, so thank you. But at least I can eat peanut butter products like peanut butter, Reese's, and a bunch of other stuff, so thank God for the not double backstab, I guess. So I finally got to some relaxing time after that nice day right there. And I think I took a little nap and played Cuphead, and yeah, this was in the hotel and stuff. It was fine. Until tonight. I was worried that I wasn't going to make it out alive. Alright, we drive back to the bar again because my dad is... Wow, he really wants me mad, eh? This was sarcasm. We finally got to the bar again, and we played bingo, and just while I was about to ask where the heck are my markers for bingo, my dad got upset and had a giant temper tantrum. But the thing about him is that he gets scary when he's upset. Like, he's super aggressive, to the point where the owners almost called 911. And they got upset about that, and me and my siblings just retreated to the car and just saw everything break out. Good thing Lorenzo was there. Shoot, I said his name. Ah, screw it. Who I said is basically just another me, but older and wiser and stuff, and yeah. The last thing he did was throw his cane down that he needs, to support himself with, but... it wasn't his standard cane. It was just a wooden cane that he had defaultly. Yeah, we drove home, and my stepmom says, go to the hotel, here's the card, and me and your dad are gonna talk things out. I said okay, and we got our stuff, and yeah. The crazy thing is that we got shirts from this, and I still have mine. I'm debating whether to burn it or keep it because this kind of was a bad memory of my dad. For us, it was just awkward, but seeing him break down and cry it really tortured my heart. The funny thing is, well, it's not even funny at all. What part about this? The creepy, scary part about this is that I don't know what the drama is from. Maybe it was from his childhood, or I guess I'll never know. It's crazy how this went from all about me to all about my dad, and yeah. I just kept to myself, and I played Cuphead while everything was getting situated, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I hope he did, I literally thought he was gonna murder us, but then I realized, wait, he's my dad, he would never do that. But it was a crazy night. By then, everyone actually made up, and a few members from our family came by, and we actually had an Olive Garden party. It was fun. I'm on myself a Gatorade, and by then my dad apologized. He was quick to apologize, but he apologized, and everything worked out. And my dad said that from now on, instead of this being a family reunion like it was supposed to be, this isn't the last time he's gonna break down. We, he decided that it's gonna be like a nice vacation. Because apparently today was actually the day he realized why he never came back until now. So I slept that night. Yeah, woke up, breakfast, and this is actually a first. We didn't really do anything this morning. We were figuring out how to spend our week in Texas without this family reunion stuff. But I just mostly had a lazy morning. I did nothing until we realized something. We can go to the flea market. The flea market, as described, is an outdoor place where people sell you their old shit that they don't need, but you could possibly need. Well, it was super weird. There were places where people sold bootleg stuff, to people selling old video games, to old plushies, to stuff they made themselves. That's the joy of flea market. You're going there, getting some money, and getting something that you never knew you wanted until now. That's the joy of flea markets. I even saw a PlayStation 2 and a few Guitar Hero games with it, and a Guitar Hero controller, which made me want to be like, oh, I'll mind that, except I bought it on Amazon. Yeah, I'm so cheap. It was really fun, walking around, seeing all the crazy stuff, people bought and stuff, like shoes, and it was amazing. So yeah, it was a nice chill day. We were going to another place until we stopped by this old church, which was actually the old place that my mom and dad got married before the divorce, and I was like, whoa. It looked like a nice church. We didn't go inside of it, we were just outside of it, and it looked really nice. This was the place. This was the place where my life started, other than the hospital. And we went to this old little marketplace. We went to this little trend place that, sold pop sockets and a bunch of other stuff, an average teen today would want. Though my dad actually stopped and went to some smoke place. It said 420 and, he's into that, while we just went to the trend place. After that, we went to another fashion place, which was kind of weird, but I enjoyed myself. And the last place we went to is this nice bakery that sold one of the best macaroons ever I've ever tried. And then we got cupcakes on the go, so yeah. No time was wasted here. This place was amazing. Especially their macarons. Macarons are so amazing. I think it's my mom's favorite dessert. I prefer ice cream, but I think macarons are pretty good too. We went to this Mexican restaurant, which, when you have a mom that's Latino and makes, Mexican food for you, it's been years since I've been to a Mexican restaurant, but it was pretty good. The Coke bottles there were actually pretty huge, I will admit. And, yeah, delicious. We relaxed, then we went on a grocery run, then we met our great-grandma, which is almost 100 years old, holy crap. So the thing is, yeah, my dad kind of sparked some drama then, and after that we shortly headed home after taking pictures and stuff. But it was kind of crazy seeing how everyone has grown, especially me, because I'm the only one in my generation, in my family, that's 18. Yep. So yeah, after all that, we went home. We relaxed a bit. It was starting to get a little bit dark, but yeah. Then we went to my uncle's house. Well, my great uncle's house. And I will admit, the place was very shady. When we got here, it was already dark and there was cats everywhere. And I was starting to second guess myself. We finally met Hector, AK, the guy that I built a Lego of him. And yeah, we met. It was, whew, it was a good night. No drama. We went back home after talking to him, and we slept. Today was more like an errands-centered day, but I still enjoyed my time. It was Texas. It was hot. So alrighty, this is our last day in Texas, and this is how we spent it. We ate breakfast in the hotel again, but then we ate breakfast again at Uncle Hector's place. So, yeah, we had 2 breakfasts. It was crazy. We talked a while and stuff, and then we went to another cousin's house, which they had a Wii and Guitar Hero World Tour. You know my favorite game. Didn't play it, I was just with my family the whole time, and yeah. We talked more stuff, and my dad broke down, and I cheered him up, and it was another wholesome moment. After that, we went to the beach in South Padre Island, which is really, really tropical themed. Imagine living here. Just look at this place. Imagine living here. It was crazy, for sure. So yeah, it was a nice beach place. I mean, of course the water was salty, but for me, salt water tastes like Sprite. I don't know if that's my own unique opinion, but I think salt water tastes like Sprite. I don't know, just when it's in my mouth, don't take that out of context, it tastes like salt. Sprite. So yeah, we had a nice time at the beach, and after a while of just swimming and avoiding the current, my stepmom volunteered to stay with the siblings because I was mostly just baby watching my siblings for the whole time I was there. And me and my dad had a nice father to son talk again, and told me how proud he was of me going to college. And yeah, he never went to college before, but he's really proud that I'm like the first male actually in like over 30 years or 40 years to actually go to college. First male. Wow. Now, I definitely understand my advantages. I live in the modern world and college is more accessible, especially if you have no car or no job or nothing and you're staying in this house where everything is literally 5 hours away. But yeah, it's good to have that privilege to, go to school online from home. So yeah, he's really proud of me because of this, and it was a really wholesome beach trip. And then we finally got back and went home again. By the way, does anyone prefer pools over beaches? Because with beaches, sand gets all over my trunks, and inside my trunks it's just super uncomfortable. While pools, I don't have to worry about that, I just have to worry about the chlorine instead of the salt. Yeah, that's just me. So we finally went back to our hotel room and decided to end this night with a nice family reunion with the family that my dad could tolerate with some manzana apple soda. It was very wholesome. Then I slept and got ready for our flight that took us an hour to get there by car. So we parked our rental, got on a bus, got on an airport, flew to... where did we fly to? Did we take 2 planes? Because I remember taking... While going to Texas, we took 2 planes. One to Houston, I think. I think it was just Houston, right? Yeah, I think it was just Houston. Never mind, I think we just took 1 plane. But anyway, we actually had to take 2 planes because we went to... oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm confused. Hold up. Oh yeah, we only took 1 plane. In the other place we took... No? Okay, I'm getting confused. Oh yeah, okay. We actually did take 1 plane, but we were stuck though. Because, there was a big weather delay and stuff, and it took us a while, but we finally got a plane to actually Charlotte, and then we're gonna take a plane to Cleveland, I think. But we had a giant delay there, and we were waiting and stuff. And I was playing Cuphead. I was actually at the final boss, Saltbaker. But when I was about to defeat him, my Switch died. That's a no. You know what else was a no? It took me a while, but it took us a while, but we finally got to the plane. And we were the first ones on there because my dad was in a wheelchair. We finally got to Ohio, and Grandpa was there, but we had to get our luggages. And it was super rainy, thundery, lightningy, I guess. So we finally got our bags, packed to Grandpa's car, and drove all the way to home in a thunderstorm. And we all got to bed at 12 a.m. It was a weird time in Texas, but I enjoyed it. Now time for the second part, Florida. I mean, it's already bad that we're in Ohio, and it was it was already thunderstorming and stuff when we got there, so. Down in Ohio, swag in Ohio. So I woke up, played games, did chores, did a bunch of other stuff the next day. Though, for the second to final day, we just relaxed all week after that, but for the second to final day, we went to this place called Round 1, which is like a Japanese-inspired arcade that's Americanized enough for us. We had a quick dinner there, which was a burger, and I went to go onto this thing that's called Guitar Freaks, which is just Guitar Hero, but Japanese and Weebish. Also did it with the drums, and I just realized something. I suck at the drums. Also played a bunch of other video games, mostly anime games, like this Anime Sniper one, and this weird hunting game, which I admit, I'm actually pretty good at. That's my dad's DNA kicking in there. But yeah, it was a fun time in the arcade with my siblings. Nothing too big was happening, I just had a grand time. So on my last day, I did nothing really. I just wanted to relax with my siblings and stuff. And for dinner tonight, we went to a fancy restaurant with my grandparents. It was really nice. I liked everything about it. They got me a gift, sending me $100 for college and stuff. And yeah, they sent me off with a warm goodbye the next day. So, that was my trip from Ohio to Texas to Ohio. I know, pretty short, even though it lasted 15 minutes, storytelling-wise. But it was fun catching up with my other family and stuff. So yeah, even if it was for a short while, it was still precious memories. Now time for part 2. So all that rest of the week, when I finally went home in Michigan, I just relaxed for the whole week and played Guitar Hero and did a bunch of other stuff. But then, I finally got to the day of Florida. We are going to Disney World for 3 days, I think. No, yeah. And Orlando for 1 day. And this was it. So, we all got up at 2 a.m. and catch a flight that was at, 4? And yeah, it was super weird, but, whatever. It's Florida, right? We went all the way to Orlando, Florida, which is very huge, I'm gonna add. It was, oh my gosh. When I saw there, I'm like, holy crap. Water! So we actually got to rent one of these big houses, which I'm pretty sure would cost a fortune to a college student like me. Though, my parents are paid for it, so that's saving me. So on our way, we went to this little Disney store, and I got myself a nice Mickey keychain. So yeah, it was cool. But there were so many Disney stores, it's like this is Hollywood, even though it's not. It's Orlando, Florida. But hey, I'm pretty sure Disney owns Orlando, Florida, but, this place also had some knockoff Disney stuff, which would probably make, Mr. Mickey Mouse himself a bit ragey, but, who cares? Disney is Disney. Everyone knows that Disney is owned by Disney, because Disney owns, 50% of the entertainment industry, so it makes sense. We finally went to our vacation home, and oh my gosh, it was huge. Like, it looks like a house that I would, get if I became a successful YouTuber by myself. I mean, some places did look dried out, and it looked pretty bad for a vacation home. But it's not just the looks, it's how big it looked. Like, it had so many good bedrooms, and it even had a TV with Disney Plus on it. In case this wasn't Disney enough already. We finally encountered the pool, and all of us went to the pool while half of us went grocery shopping. I was actually sitting on the bench watching the Nintendo Splatoon 3 Direct, even though I'm not planning on buying the game anytime soon. I mean, I still liked it. Dabbing Inkling. Alright, okay. But yeah, before we went to, the pool, the rest of us going to the pool and having a barbecue, I had to get everyone sorted out with the Wi-Fi problem, and everyone was just having problems, but the real problem was that one of the letters were misunderstood, and, oh man, I hate Wi-Fi passwords. You know when they write, like it's supposed to be a 2, but it's wrote like a Z? That wasn't funny. That's not funny at all. However, who cares? It was still stupid, but I got everyone situated with the Wi-Fi problem. Mostly because technically I'm a teenager, but I'm still an adult. If that makes sense. So yeah, we are all in the pool having fun. Yeah, this vacation home had a pool. It was amazing. So yeah, it was fun, just swimming in the pool with my family. Then I got myself a nice, delicious burger for dinner and stuff. My family got so much groceries for this. It was just, why? Why would you do that? So yeah, good thing my other part of my family actually took them instead of us. That would be a hassle. So yeah. At night, I just went and watched Lightyear, and then went to bed. I know Lightyear is supposed to be a mediocre Pixar movie, but to me, I thought it was actually pretty okay. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Cars 2, Brave, or really anything that horrible. I'm also going to argue that Turning Red is not as bad as you think, and for those who think that the panda scene of them, making money off, May's panda, because you think it symbolizes, her girl parts, you guys are freaking sick. You guys are the real pedophiles. Ugh. So we're almost an hour in, and we're finally getting to the Disney World part already. So we woke up, and we went to Epcot, which is the part of Disney World where it has a giant golf ball. So yeah, the road there was actually pretty short. I thought this was going to be a giant road trip, but no, it was just a giant ball. Sorry, it was short, and we saw the giant ball. I'm like, what the heck is this place? Oh, Epcot, which is actually the part of Disney World where it shows, the places in the world. I wish we went to the Japan World, because that night there was actually a giant party there. I'm like, wow, even when Japan is a walk away from me, I still can't access it. Because we had limited time. We are planning on going to Disney World in more than a few years, so I might make a video on that too. But since we had a big family, we have only spent a whole day in a few big areas. So let's get to this. So we encountered the giant golf ball in Epcot, and it was huge. We took a picture in front of it, and yeah. I think this was also my first time. I think in my first time I also saw this place. Yeah, this was my second time going to Disney World. The first time was when I was 4 years old. I think this was the first place we went to. So we went through Coco World, which was in Mexico. And then we finally went to Norway, which is the Frozen World. I didn't know Frozen took place in Norway. So where did we go first? We went to this Frozen ride, which took a lot of minutes to get through. I think it took us like 40 minutes to get through, I think. Yeah. We did have Fast Pass, so that was a piece of ass. But we finally got there, and I was with my brother. It was pretty cool, despite me not liking Frozen, like, at all. But it was really cool. We went through the events of the first and second movie, I think. I haven't seen the second movie, just the first one. Though, something weird happened. We got stuck. I'm not even kidding. We got stuck in the Frozen ride. You know, the movie that I absolutely hate. I was scared. I was like, oh no, we're stuck. I mean, good thing my stepdad's an engineer. Well, not engineer. He's a mechanic, but still, we're stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck. I was freaking out inside. And I hope this place doesn't drown out. The good news is, the main entrance guy was like, oh, let me just drain the water so you can get out here, which, thank goodness we stopped near a exit door. So, yeah, we finally got that water out. We step out, went to the room, we exited, thank God. And I also went to the bathroom after that day, so yeah. After that weird ride, we were waiting for the kids to take a picture of Anna and Elsa. I think it took like 30 minutes. Yeah, most of my Disney experience was waiting. I mean, that's the universal experience of Disney. You wait, you wait, you wait. And yeah, I was just bored. I'm like, come on, get it on with. After that, it was fun traveling around the park. We finally went to this Mexico world, and oh my gosh, inside the temple pyramid was this giant world full of shops and stuff. It definitely looked like Coco. Like, they did not cheap out on anything. It looked exactly like any mart you would see in Coco, the movie. Oh, and I was in awe. There was also a ride there with the Donald and these Mexican ducks, I guess. And I can confirm, Donald is Hispanic. My kids, my siblings also took a picture of Donald. But before we left, I said in a Mickey voice, "Oh, hey, Donald!" It's really bad because my nose is stuffy. I mean, you can already tell from this recording. Alright. And then we went forth. Waiting for everyone sucks, by the way. We went to this little China area, and I got myself a katana. Well, a toy katana that's made out of wood, but it looks pretty cool. Looks really badass, actually. And what did my brother get? A samurai sword with a hat. I actually paid for this with my own debit card because my brother, I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, my brother forgot his wallet, so, you know, I'm like, don't worry, brother. I could just pay with my debit card, and yeah, it worked, and boom. I mean, sure, that would probably hurt me in the long run, but I'm a nice guy. I mean, come on. I help everyone. After that exchange, we went to this Italy place, the Italian part of Disney, right? And we got some spaghetti and stuff. We got, this restaurant was amazing. The place actually tasted Italian, you know, beside from Olive Garden. And I loved it. After the end of all of that, we actually saw that there was a street performer juggling a few stuff and just... Really, he was just badass, alright. And, you know, it was cool seeing through, you know, the Italian culture, the Chinese culture, the Mexican culture, the Norwegian culture. Oh man, this place was awesome. Yeah, Epcot is not really mainly for rides. It's mainly for the experience of other cultures, which is just crazy. And how, you know, easily portrayed these places are, especially the Chinese food and stuff, and just, oh my gosh. Wow. Just wow. Next place we went to was the Epcot ride itself. You know that giant ball It's a ride, which we learned about, in the beginning, there was caveman that invented fire, agriculture, writing, and books, and, TV, and all the way to the future. And I think this is the ride where we did build our future, which me and my brother took turns getting, stuff, like, in the ride, we had to, answer questions, of what our future is going to be like. So me and my brother were just fighting over it for no reason. And our future was, we're mostly going to work on health and stuff. Cool, at least no one's going to die in their 50s and actually live to be 200. But a healthy life is a long life, and a long life is a happy life. You got that? And then we went to this other place, which is another ride. But before we got some Starbucks. Look, I need some coffee to hide in my day, and yeah. So yeah, got myself a cappuccino, drank it, I'm ready to roll. I gotta admit though, the Disney parks are so big, it feels like I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, roaming the place and stuff. So, I finally got all the way over there to this next ride. This one's supposed to be like a race car ride, which is actually pretty cool. So, we waited online for it. And more line. And more line. Finally got to the... Oh my gosh. So we finally got to the top. We finally got first in line. But then something happened. A thunderstorm happened. And we waited for 40 minutes now. 40 minutes longer than we were supposed to be. But then when everything cleared out, we finally got to a ride. And was it worth it? Yes, it was worth it. Our car was going fast as fuck. It was crazy how fast it went. Everyone was so excited, and I was really excited, just going, whoa. I love going on fast rides. It's amazing. I love this race car thing, and yeah. The funny thing is that we designed our car, and we made it like it's supposed to be fast and stuff. However, my brother gave it big-ass tires. What the hell? Anyway, it came in second place, obviously, because big tires is not speed. Well, that was a fun ride. By then, we were actually going to our next attraction when I got a call, well, a text, that I got accepted as an animator for a show. Pretty cool, I guess. It was just a small project for George Koopa, so yeah. Now I just wait. The next stop I encountered was the Finding Nemo ride, which I actually went as a little kid. It just took me a while to remember, and then I realized, wait, I've been here before. Literally, it was the same ride that I rode while I was in not fourth grade, I was 4 years old. Everything was intact, everything was the same. And when I got on, everything just, the pure nostalgia. I know I feel old by saying that, but I can't blame myself. It really took me off guard how nostalgic it was. It just, it was just amazing and stuff. The cool thing about Disney World is that it doesn't remove land to make room for new land. It just builds off it to keep the nostalgia, which, I'm glad that, that's in range. I really hate when, something has to be removed just to make in place for a new one. Of a thing or something. For example, your carnival, your local carnival. They have to remove an obstacle course to replace, to place a merry-go-round or something like that. It's frustrating. But on top of this, after the ride, there was also a hidden song, exclusive to the ride, which is really cool. I can't really play the song because copyright and stuff. But there's a hidden song in the Finding Nemo ride that's only played on that ride. And that also brought me nostalgia. It's crazy. And the funny thing is, it's nowhere found in the original movie. So, Oh my gosh. There's also like a gift shop where it is, and there's also a tank full of fish there. I'll go with a scuba diver and a freaking shark, I think there was, or at least one of those sharks that don't break the glass. And yeah, after that, we finally go to this theater thing, which, do you know Crush from Finding Nemo? Yeah, he has his own talk show in the Disney World parks. And it's pretty cool. It's voice activated and stuff. I'm like, was technology this advanced in 2004? Did I remember this? I think I kind of did, but I'm not sure. There's this weird vivid memory where I was drinking chocolate milk with my parents, and things just felt weird. It was like a cafeteria, but I don't know where that was, but it was a weird memory. But the next ride is amazing though. So, if you guys know me, my third favorite voice actor, or actor in general, is Chris Pratt. My first one being Adam Sandler, my second being Jack Black, and my fourth being Zeno Robinson. So, why am I talking about Chris Pratt all of a sudden and my favorite actors? Well, so apparently we had a 7-hour reservation to this ride, this Guardians of the Galaxy ride. I was wondering why, but I was also excited because Chris Pratt. I'm not gay, alright? I'm taken, but Chris Pratt. So I ran all the way there just to get some Chris Pratt. See Chris Pratt. I'm not gay, and I'm taken. So I ran all the way there, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. So not only that the line was amazing, you step forward, and my gosh. So it starts with this empty room, right? And then this happened. The lights dimmed, and then the room, it looked different. Like, I don't know what the heck is with this technology, but the room looked very different when they show on the animations and stuff, and it's crazy. And then on top of that, you go in pairs and ride this giant ride. I was paired next to a girl. Ugh. Anyway, so off we go. And oh my gosh, the ride was super fast. Now, I don't know if there's fans in there that make you feel like it's fast, but it was pretty fast. Like, the most we did was go sideways and stuff. But my other family members did not really like that. And, you know, I can understand, but I was too busy having fun with 80s tracks and Chris Pratt and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. What a good ride. So, for like a mini dinner, we had pretzels. Though for myself, I just wanted a Sprite, and yeah, that was my dinner, Sprite. I wasn't really hungry. It was like what, 5, I think? Yeah, 5. And we went to Epcot again, the main part. And we went to Paris. We were about to catch the Ratatouille ride, but then we realized that the fireworks show was starting soon and we didn't want to miss it. So maybe next time we go to Disney World. But it doesn't even matter, the fireworks was amazing. Oh, remember that time I said I wish we were in Japan? Well, I saw from across the across the day land is that there was a giant Japanese party and stuff, and I was like, wow. Even when I'm like 50 steps away from it, I still can't reach Japan. The Paris was nice. Looking through it and stuff, Paris looked amazing and stuff. There was one time in the shop that they have these kitchen timers, so I did this. I set it to like 5 minutes, got out there as fast as I can, and then when I heard the timers ring and someone was annoyed, I said, well, we do a bit of trolling. That's gonna be like a crime, right? I mean, sure, it's funny, but would that be like a crime, like, not really property damage, because I wasn't destroying the clock, because, I mean, it still works, but would it be like, I don't know, public disturbance, I guess? So yeah, we saw a fireworks show, it was pretty cool. It had a bunch of remixes of, well, Disney songs because it was mostly Disney. And even though we were in Disney World, there wasn't a lot of Disney I was talking about, I guess. Mostly I was just talking about, the cultures of this world and stuff. But don't worry, the next few days, well, at least one big day, will be just Disney. But it was a nice fireworks show, and, it just tells us that diversity connects us all. It's amazing what fireworks can do. Yeah. So we went home, and while at the time my other family had like pizza because we got some from the mart, I'm like, well, don't mind if I do. I only had Sprite for dinner. And then I slept, falling asleep while watching Lightyear again. Like, what was I doing? I mean, it was nice, but why did I fall asleep to Lightyear again? Shouldn't I, watch another Disney movie, like Princess and the Frog? Oh no. Take my hand. Come on, boys. Would you shake your four shakers? I forgot the line. Anyway, are we ready for the next place? So, after waking up, my mom was actually making breakfast, and her breakfast, top tier, really good. So that's a good day to start my day. What's wrong with me? It was a good way. So after eating, we're actually planning on a beach trip. So yeah, we go there. This is actually next to NASA, I think. And yeah, we stopped at this beach shop, and yeah, we just got towels and stuff. My mom wanted me to get a shirt, so I'm like, you know what? Fine. Davy Jones' locker. There. So we got there, set up. I lost my glasses for a brief second until I found them, thank goodness, and played along in the water. I was kind of worried that jellyfish was getting washed out, but nah, it was fine. I mean, this is my second time that I went, into salty water this vacation. But no, it was actually pretty chill. I was just worried that some crab would get me because, well, it's Florida. Despite it being Florida, things weren't as crazy as I thought. Or maybe because Orlando is apparently a safe place, but there's gotta be something going on. Like, seriously, my entire trip into Florida, despite all the news and stuff, everyone's been chill. I even saw a visual designer on the plane, so that's cool. Well, that was a fun beach trip. It didn't really last long. We just sat on the sand and played in the water. Normal beach stuff. I changed, and the next part is probably my favorite part of this vacation. Disney Springs. So yeah, we went on a road trip, and then we went to Disney Springs. Oh my gosh, where do I start with this place? Now, as a country boy, I'm very city deprived, because I love the city. It's my favorite place of all time. So, what do we have here? First we got the House of Blues, I think it's called, which is actually a venue in Guitar Hero World Tour. So that's funny, but I'm like, now when I go to the level, I'm like, I've been here before. Well, I've been outside of it. Apparently Black Label Society was playing there. If you don't know them, they look like this and stuff. But exploring the city was amazing. It's just the hard part was trying to find the rest of the family. But yeah, the place has its own flair. I mean, of course it had Disney and stuff, but other than that, it had its own flair. We finally found them in this giant Disney trend shop, which is really cool. It has stuff from Turning Red to Toy Story. It's just, oh my gosh. They even sell the Turning Red Panda ears and tail, which, oh no man. I feel like that Disney are becoming more accepting that they are furries. We booked a reservation to a Rainforest Cafe, and yeah, while doing that, we actually shopped at the old toy store that I actually went to while I was 4 years old. It had a Mr. Potato head on it. and I was pure nostalgic for it. Like, what the heck? It's still here? I bought socks from Lightyear, and he can turn himself too, so that's cool. And we went to a trend shop, then we went to a candy shop, and then we finally got our things ready, so now we can go eat in the Rainforest Cafe, which they use paper straws instead of plastic straws. This reminds me of the time of this video where a guy was eating a straw to prove that turtles are bitches, and that's funny. So yeah, I just had my normal burger, ate out, and left a tip. The place was amazing though. It's been a while since I've been to a Rainforest Cafe, like, at this time, but I still remember that they, shout out Volcano when someone orders the Volcano, which is a brownie, brownie volcano with vanilla in it. It's really good. But once in a while in the place, sometimes things will just go dark and it will be like a thunderstorm rainforest, which is awesome. And then we're back. And we went to a bunch of stores. We went to a Disney trend shop, the same place again. And we went to a Japanese clothing store, which was amazing. We even got a Dragon Ball book here. So that was... wow. Then we went to an M&M store, then we went to this place and that place, and oh my gosh, we've been to a lot of places. We even went to the Planet Hollywood gift shop, which looks awesome. We got new M&Ms from the M&M store. Oh my gosh, the candy store was amazing. It's just everything around this place was awesome. And on the cherry on top of all that, the cherry was, I was actually wearing a Slipknot shirt, and then someone was in front of me, this old dude here with shades here. I was wearing some sort of band t-shirt, I think it was Iron Maiden, and he reaches up for a fist bump. I did, and yeah, that was just, we call that brutality right there. I mean, come on. See, dreams do come true in Disney, even for us old folks. It was, yeah. Drove home, and I slept. Well, we had Taco Bell, then I slept. I hope I didn't sleep fart. Ugh. So, we woke up and finally went to Disney World. Like, the main park, which is actually called Magical Kingdom. So, we took a monorail to the park, though it was kind of hard to do that because we were waiting for the other family. What the heck? But anyway, the monorail was actually pretty nice, and it was cool seeing the, the build up to the park. And apparently, it was either taking the monorail, which goes to this alternate land of Disney, or the ferry, which, I'm not gonna go into some Shrek 3 adventure. Nah, I'm just going to go into the monorail. Plus, it's really fun. I also stood because I wanted to see how the whole Disney is. I think we went past the food court that I mentioned previously, with the chocolate milk and stuff. Not the Texas one, but the other one. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not sure. So yeah, we finally got to the park, and it was wonderful. Main Street, beautiful. And I know they do set, centers to make you feel like you're in the experience, but you could not do that and I'll still have a grand time, because everything here is amazing. The old town look, wonderful. And then you get to see the castle. It looks so beautiful. I can't even describe it. It's really beautiful. It even has a 50 on there, marking its 50th anniversary, I think next year or this year, but I think it's next year. So the first ride we went to was in Tomorrowland, and we are going to Space Mountain. Now the line was pretty long, I'm gonna add, but when we got there, oh man, it was so amazing. Now you can't really see the ride because the room is pitch black. And since I'm 6'1", I was afraid that I was going to get my head sliced off by, how fast the ride is going, and the roller coasters, connecting through, intercepting through, or wherever. And I thought I was going to get my head cut off, but no, I was fine. It was just a super fast ride. Or probably powered by fans or anything, but it was fast. And since we're already in Tomorrowland, we went to the Buzz Lightyear ride, which is awesome. So the point of this one is that you get on a car and you shoot targets and stuff and missiles and, Zurg. It was really cool. This is probably one of the most unique rides in Disney and probably the most popular, even though the wait time wasn't that bad actually. So I'm really surprised. It was pretty cool just shooting the targets and stuff. Of course, I got more points than my family because I played too much Call of Duty. Next series coming soon. And yeah, that was fun. It also took us to a gift shop, and all of this was just pure nostalgia for me, for sure. Especially since the gift shop is now selling Lightyear merch, for the new 2022 movie that came out this summer, Lightyear, that everyone kind of hated. Yeah, that one. I got myself Gatorade. That's my favorite souvenir. I even threw away the bottle because it was Gatorade. Okay, I'm sorry. Next, we went on this racetrack. Now, the thing about this is that I'm still learning how to drive. So, we finally got to the ride, and I got into the thing, and when I started racing in that thing, oh man, let's just say I wasn't the best driver. But I thought it was just me that was just bad at driving because I tried my best, turning at the right stops and stuff. But then my family said, oh yeah, it's like that for them too. It was pretty hard for them to turn and stuff. And I felt better about myself. I thought I just sucked that bad, but no, it was just the driving there is a bit wonky. Then again, a lot of these were made in like the 30s, no, not the 30s, like the 50s or 60s, so I guess that makes sense. But, I don't know. This race car ride was probably one of my favorites though, because, I love racing, and I love driving, and I like driving off cliffs. Speaking of being out of control, next was the teacup ride, which we had to wait a few minutes because we were waiting for our family to get back up and for some reason. So, it was really fun. I got in with my mom, and she says, promise not to spin me out of control. So, what did I do? I spin that heller out of control. I didn't care. Of course, I almost, well, actually, I didn't even come close to throwing up, but I was a bit tipsy after a drunk, after a drunk man, after, 1 or 2 shots of tequila. But it's still fun. I could still imagine the fear of Mom's eyes when she told me not to spin it, and I just went, like, I'm spinning that, come on. I mean, we're only going to go here like once a while, so just, spin it. My mom did not like that, but she did hold a grudge, so that's fine. After that, we went to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which took a while for us to get in line and stuff. The fast pass there must be very convenient. The cool thing about this one is that, oh my gosh, this is probably one of my favorites, maybe my second favorite maybe, right in the park. So you go on the mine train, right, and you go all this, crazy roller coaster cliches, like super fast, you go on tight turns and stuff, and then it turns you at a stop and slows down. And then shows these little dwarves, the 7 dwarves animatronics, and that was amazing. I really like how they did that. And then after that, more crazy turning and stuff. It was an amazing ride, especially since it just stopped, to give you a breather, and to show you the dwarves and stuff. And then I think the last part was you sitting at like an animatronic, like there's an animatronic room full of the dwarves animatronics and the Snow White animatronic, and it looked pretty uncanny, but that's because they were robots and stuff. It was an amazing ride, and I would go again if the wait time was lowered. So we went to the Little Mermaid ride. It took us forever to get to the end of that, but also it was super hot in Florida. I mean, it was Florida in the summer. What we were going to expect. So that was a long wait. It took us a while, but we finally did it. And the ride itself was pretty chill. It was just a retelling of the first movie, with animatronics, but I loved it. It was so good, and It was like the Finding Nemo ride. So I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up for that one. It was really good. We stopped by Gaston's little bakery shop. We didn't know it was a bakery shop. We thought it was a restaurant. But still looked cool. I actually took a picture in front of the fountain, so it's a win. By then the parade was starting, so we actually got some lunch. And look no further than Walt Disney's hot dog place. I forgot its name. We just had some great American hot dogs. I think we also got fries and a soda. You know, American food. Hot dog, fries, giant soda. What kind of giant soda? Coke. Like Coca-Cola original. That's, you can't get as American as this. I swear, it's really good. The parade was amazing. I mean, it, you know, showed the Disney princesses, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Tangled, and everything in between. And then finally ended up with Mickey and Minnie saying hello to everyone. And then I literally thought Minnie was looking at me and blowing me a kiss. I kind of blushed because, well, look at me. Come on, look at me. But no, good thing it was just to my sister. Oh, thank goodness. Hold up. So yeah, after that, Jungle Cruise. No, not the movie that came out last year. So there's a ride where, yes, all I do is tell bad jokes through everything. And you know how The Rock is in Jungle Cruise? Well, one of the jokes he made is that how can I put this? So he stopped in the middle of the lake and he says, let's take a moment and appreciate The Rock. And he showed us a literal rock. Haha, very funny. Oh man. I should have known that I got into this mess when the first joke that he made was a MySpace joke. Yep. Then we went to the Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, the movie that had this guy framed, Johnny Depp, for assaulting Amber Heard, but no, Amber Heard's a liar. Yeah, that. Yeah, good thing he won, and hopefully I'll win soon. So, the ride was amazing. Yeah, I don't know which Pirates of the Caribbean movie it's telling, but it's pretty cool, especially since you see, like, these animatronics that look really real. Like, I thought they were, you know, people in costumes, but no, it was cool. You could smell the atmosphere and just... It felt like that scene from what was it? The Little Mermaid with Ariel and Eric. It felt like that. And then it just gives you a giant splash, like you're in a river storm and stuff, and then you're in a village. And then in the end, you see Jack Sparrow with his pile of gold. Which I said, hey look, it's Johnny Depp after he won the court case against Amber Heard. He's rich as hell. Oh, good for you, Johnny Depp. I hope he can star, you know, in more movies because he's actually pretty cool. Sorry if that was a bit much. Next was Thunder Mountain, which took forever to get online till. Though the Thunder Mountain was, oh man, it was a huge thrill. We went left, right, to just all over the place. It was super fast. We went for a loop and then fell into the track. I really loved it, and I gotta say it was a good thrill. We went to the little snack place. Like, there's a place where you can buy snacks and stuff. And we bought a turkey leg, and I bought a blue slush. It was a good dinner, alright. The turkey leg was huge. I mean, then again, this is my second time eating a turkey leg, so... And the slushie was delicious. Yeah, the rides here were very nice and very thrilling and stuff, especially the Mountain Rock one. That made me scream loud. So, we went back to the main place, and I just honored Disney by just bowing to him, and just... Yeah, all I did was really bow to him, because he's the one that, you know... He's the one that got me into animation. Disney is my main reason why I want to animate. Because I love Disney, and just... seeing him like this with Mickey just shows how far he came and stuff. I know Disney is a greedy corporation now, but back then he was still kind of bad at, business and stuff. But he made a lot of dreams come true. And technically, he also made anime with Bambi, and that inspired someone else to create anime, and now anime exists, so thanks to his influence, anime existed, whatever. So, it was thunderstorming and raining, and it was lightning again. So yeah, more thunder and lightning came on our way, so we just... Oh man, that was a scary scene. We finally got to the ferries, but it took us a while, but then we finally got to a ferry and we were safe. Though, I was in extreme, I was so scared, like I thought something was gonna hit us. But the good news is, nothing did, we drove home, and then here's to our last day in Florida. So going to Florida was really cool, especially since we outran that thunderstorm with the ferry and just drove home. So the last day is Disney related. It's not Disney related actually. We're going to Universal in Orlando and Resort. Which, we didn't go to the resort, but we did have to pack our bags because this was our last day. So, Universal Orlando and Resort. What do you have? The frickin' main hub is a frickin' city with a frickin' movie theater. It is amazing. Hard Rock Cafe, Starbucks, movie theater. It was all city life, and I'm like, whoa. I wish I could move to a city like this where I'm rich and famous on YouTube. This was amazing. I have no words to describe this. This place, full on amazing. I cannot keep myself entertained. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So, since my brother is a huge Harry Potter fan, we went straight to Hogwarts, and oh yeah, I definitely captured Harry Potter very well. I didn't go to the first ride because I needed to use the bathroom, but I've heard it was pretty fast and stuff. So yeah, and just like Disney, they did not cheap out on anything. I know we didn't go to Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, but we're probably going there in a few weeks, so that's gonna be cool. But for now, this is actually really cool, especially since it looks like Hogwarts. The second ride was actually pretty amazing, at least for them. This was my first ride. Well, we had to wait for a long ride, but the rides were definitely an experience. But the lines, why did I say rides? Anyway, the lines are just as memorable as the rides. So when you wait online at Disney, it gets, interesting when you rate and just everything looks, tied to the ride. However, in the Harry Potter universe, it actually looks like you're going through Hogwarts and stuff. And everything just looks amazing and stuff. And then we went to this one ride where we got onto these little things, those rides where your legs are dangling, down. Yeah, those kind of rides. Well, it was taking place in some VR place thing. It had a screen and a bunch of other places. We went all crazy around it. It looked like this and just, oh my gosh. They even used fire on the ride, which I don't know if that's legal or not, but it was pretty cool. And it felt like I was, on a broomstick in Harry Potter. It was crazy. Like I said, they did not cheap out on anything. It was amazing. So we just shopped around, really, for the rest of the, few minutes we were there after those two rides, because it was very long wait time and stuff. So I understand. And then when it got to lunchtime, oh man. So we went outside the park and went to this Dragon Ball ramen shop, which is amazing. Best ramen ever, 10 out of 10, would recommend. It's called the Super Saiyan, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh. I'm not really a huge Dragon Ball. I've only seen the original series on Hulu, the one from the 80s. But I love the ramen, so good. It was, that was a huge highlight. Before going to Universal, we just shopped around and then eventually got back, and the first thing we did was chill and have some lemon freeze juice or drink or whatever. It was like a lemon slushy. That was good. The next place we went to was the Spider-Man ride, which was, whew, that was a trip. So we're on this giant car thing, and it's like not interactive though, but everything feels real. Basically, we see Spider-Man saving the world from, his greatest enemies and stuff. And just like every other ride, it takes you in hard. Like, you're going here, you go there. It's like a 4D experience. You can feel vibration of electricity, water on your face when, when there's water splashing around. And it feels like you're actually in the air when you're in the air in the ride. Wow. From there, I actually got a Miles Morales mug. So, yeah, I love Spider-Verse, so I got it. Now I can drink coffee while feeling like Miles Morales. Wait, hold up. So, coasters. Some are fast, some take you on loops, some give you a giant drop, some can let you touch the water if you're near it. Well, that was the Hulk coaster. So, the line was not that long. It was a pretty short line, and it took us a while to get to it, but because my aunt had too many metal on her. No, she wasn't a heavy metal punk, she just had so much metal, like her necklace and stuff, and just, stuff like that. And then when we finally got on the ride, it was super fast. Like, I can't tell you how many times I probably screamed and probably lost my voice because of it. Because I just went super fast, everyone was super fast, it was crazy, and just, oh my gosh. I don't know how they deal with this, but I think it's probably one of the fastest roller coasters on this country, which I can believe it. But this isn't the first time we're going on a crazy roller coaster, because after this we actually just went on another spinning cup ride inspired by Storm, if you know her or know of her. And I promised Mom not to spin as fast as I could, so I just took it slow and went progressively faster. Not too fast for her, but, I always learn my lesson. That was actually more fun than the Alice in Wonderland teacup ride, I think, but I'm not sure. They both function the same. So we went through the cartoon land inspired by Dr. Seuss and stuff. Then we finally went to the Jurassic World / King Kong Park. And this is probably everyone's favorite part of the park. It's so live, it's so mysterious, it's so Jurassic. I think we went on 3 rides, and all of them were just as equally cool, but one was the big daddy of all of them. The first ride was like an explorer ride similar to the Jungle Cruise one, where we see this guy touring guy guiding us through this, the woods and stuff. But then you freaking see King Kong fight for a freaking T-Rex, and that's a highlight of everyone's day. The second one is that we are on a water boat, and the cool thing about this one is that you're supposed to be taking a tour to Jurassic Park, but instead you go to a wrong turn, and it's full of raptors and stuff. And then the big drop is you actually going after a big drop after running from raptors, and you get Splash, similar to like Splash Mountain on Disney, but it got you pretty wet. It was, yeah. The cool thing about it is that they have dryers nearby where you can dry yourself, but you have to pay like $1 to dry yourself. Huh. Can't do that without having a quick buck, huh? Can't do that without having a quick buck, yeah? I mean, they're convenient, especially since I got pretty wet on that ride after that giant splash. And then the third one, the Velocicoaster. Yeah. So, I came here for Chris Pratt. I didn't see Chris Pratt. But what I did was have a giant time though. So here how it is. So of course the ride was very long, but then when we finally got into it, it was super fast. Now, I think this is probably one of the fastest roller coasters in America, which, yeah, it is. It's very fast. You can go through here, you zoom through there, you just, oh my gosh. It feels like you're about to fall off, but the good news is, you don't. You stay on, but it is super fast. It just goes through a loop. Once again, I thought my head was going to be sliced off because of how tall I was, but no, I was safe. It was thrilling, and I want to go again later. That was a good one. So yeah, we went back to the main park after having some buttermilk and going on the Harry Potter train to the last ride, which was the Fast and Furious ride. And what was it? Once again, it was styled like a tour bus, but it was more of a party bus. And after all that, we just went to like some Grand Theft Auto style car chase with Dwayne Johnson, and it was crazy. Once again, no teaming out there. It was super fast and furious, and it was all about escaping gang members, which was really cool. I mean, I've had a blast with this vacation, and this just, oh my gosh. It ended things amazingly. Especially since, you know, this was a freaking car chase, and I love car chases in movies, so living in one, oh man, that was a good experience. So, after everything, we went to this firework and waterwork show that they do every time they close down for Universal. And it was beautiful. Once again, it definitely inspired me. I, love how this trip is film-based, and, I'm going to be in film. And this was amazing. I really loved everything about this place. Especially Orlando, Florida. There was one last thing that I did, though. I went to a Coke store, I yelled Pepsi, and then I ran out. I know, I'm a bad lad. We went to get some food at a restaurant, went home, I slept, and then packed our bags to the airport to Michigan. Except, we had to go stop by another airport, and we had to wait 5 hours before we could catch a flight to Grand Rapids, so that was fun. I mean, we spent lots of time at the airport by playing Guess Who and trying out this chocolate and stuff, so not too bad. So we finally got there, got an Uber, got to our home, and it was one amazing vacation. So, there's one final part of this vacation, alright? So, the day after that, we actually went on a camping trip again, so yeah, that's crazy. We went and got some food at our local diner. Then there was actually this GameStop that opened next to it, and it was pro Guitar Hero. Now, if you know me, I love Guitar Hero, and they literally have one room just for Guitar Hero guitars, microphones, drum sets, and so many old games. It was crazy. I bought a Guitar Hero controller there. And then we went to our cabin. Well, we took a road trip to the place, then we got to our cabin. It was a pretty nice space, but by then I was kind of feeling homesick because I've been out of home for so many hours. Well, we got to some grocery shopping, so that was fine. And then we looked around for things to do. The first thing we did that night was play the game of life in the main cabin. I lost, of course, because I just suck at life. Then we went to some ice cream place. Before we went to a pizza place, but we went to an ice cream place. We walked around some coastline. It was pretty enjoyable. There was also a light show in the end, so that was cool. The next day we went golfing. I got second place, and we also swam. The third day we just left because we realized that everyone was getting homesick, so we did. The day after, we explored our old town that we usually have. Well, it wasn't exploring if we know the place. But yeah, in the end, we just went to our town. We watched the Dragon Ball movie, the new one, the Dragon Ball superhero movie. Ate at Waldorf's, which is a root beer place that we have locally. I think it's our third time here. and walked out. This was night weather time, so I just rested, and I thought this was the best summer of my life. It was a truly amazing summer, and well, that's the season finale of Xurkizolt. We had some pretty ups and downs throughout the city, especially my 14th episode. That was actually real though. I'm gonna be honest, that was actually real. But this was a great, ending to my childhood. My next series is actually going to be based off of Call of Duty, mostly montages. And then more shows will be coming soon, so that'll be cool, right guys? Anyway, Sprinkle, before I go to the gates, what do you have to say?
Alright, Zolt. You're going to college now. It's been a painful 18 years. Leave and never come back. And I'm just kidding. You can come back anytime. I'm kidding.
Oh, Sprinkle. Well, I am kind of leaving, so yeah, I'm never coming back. Here we go. The lore continues. See you guys. Oh, by the way, here's proof that this thing actually happened. Here's my keychain that I got from the Disney store. I got a Chris Pratt plush from the Jurassic Universal Resort. See, this is right there. Here's my little socks plushie from the Disney store in Disney Springs. And look, it can even turn its limbs. Can your stuffed animal do that? I don't think so. Even has a little name tag. Huh? Here's my wooden katana. Alright, open this. So, okay. In the video, it was an actual wooden katana, but this is what it is. It's wooden, but it looks like it's out of steel, so I can just yeah. Here's my patch that I actually got from Epcot. It was usually I would just put first visit, but it was actually my second visit because I went while I was 4 years old. So I just put Family BK heart. Well, my mom put this here, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I got here a souvenir popcorn bucket. There's actually 2 in these. But yeah, I don't know why I have 2, but in case for watching movies. But yep. Also, it was celebrating its 50th anniversary, like I said right here. Also, Goofy's a cow. This was from Disney Springs, and we were just, we were supposed to make our own M&Ms, and I just filmed mine with Minnie and Caramel M&Ms, because I love caramel. Also, next to the Dragon Ball place, there was this anime shop, so I got this little Zetsu keychain here. I forgot his name, but I know he's one of the best ninjas from Naruto. There's 7 of them, I can't keep track of them, but I know he's with Haku. So I got this little keychain, so if I ever have a backpack, I can put it on here. So that's, yep. And that's all my souvenirs from my vacation. It was an amazing vacation. And if I had to do it over again, I would. Now, thank you guys for watching my video. It was super amazing to collab with the person that made my avatars in the video. So, if you're wondering what's next, I love Call of Duty. No, not the new one that's not coming out. That's something to do with Call of Duty Mobile. And sadly, no, it's not montages, it's just... I just wanted to get this series out anyway. But thank you guys, this is the finale for Xurkizolt. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to the stairway of adulthood. Hey, what are you doing? Get back in there. And sorry for the controversial video last time. No, the job is over. Now, I must take the steps and eat some pizza rolls.